Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. We got a lot to talk about here today, and I heard from a top secret source, Dave.
Yes.
You were up at 7 a.m. today watching wrestling?
I got up really early to watch. I would say 8.
So you've been up since 8 o'clock today.
I've been up since 8 o'clock, and I've done nothing but watch wrestling. Yeah, except for eat.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and taking a shower, and that's about it. No, it's ridiculous. Because I didn't watch Arena Mexico last night, and I wanted to get it done by 11. So, when the AEW show started. So yeah, it's a long. I will say this. The Arena Mexico show was really good. The AEW show was outstanding. So that was like not even hard. WWE show. I was pretty disappointed in the WWE show. Not that it was bad, but I just thought that for a first show on ESPN, I just thought it was just like, like just a B show. You know what I mean? 5-match B show.
I think the thing we'll talk about AEW first, but the thing I noticed watching the WWE show is it was a very slow-paced show. Even by WWE standards.
Well, it looks, one of the important things is it looks slow because it followed something that's so fast. Because that's like one of my rules was always, I never watch WWE after I watch New Japan. Because it always looks so soft and slow if you watch it after. So you just get all warped by, you know what I mean? And that's not WWE style. So it's like I try not to watch anything before WWE, like when I watch the TVs. It's just kind of my rule. That way I can enjoy WWE. But this one, it's like I watched Arena Mexico. I watched the CML Anniversary show. And so it's filled with all these crazy moves and super, super heat and, that type of thing. And one of the best old school matches that, has been around, in forever. And then the AEW show, which, not every match was a hit, but there were a lot of super, super matches on that show. And then WWE, it's not creative, it's slower. It's not like it's bad. I didn't not enjoy any match on the WWE show, but they were just they couldn't match the other stuff. But in a way, it's like the crowd was there and the crowd saw it as a big deal. I mean, the CMLL crowd did as well. The Toronto crowd, on the other hand, and I've gotten a lot of emails and stuff from people who were there in Toronto, and you get different viewpoints. Some really loved it, and others were very much, there's way too many WWE fans here, and they just sat there, and they wanted to see moments, and they pop for the moments, and they pop for real big moves. You know what I mean? But you'd have this great reaction on the AEW show, in a lot of the matches, and then 40 seconds later, it'd be quiet again. And, there were people who were like, oh, my God, Mercedes Rijo was horrible. And I actually thought that match was great. But the crowd was quiet the whole time for whatever reason, probably because of what they were following. And, so.
I would say that's not the issue I was going to bring up. What I was going to say is that it was slow-paced. It's often slow-paced. But on this particular show, in a lot of these matches, they were very much storytelling matches. So, this CM Punk and AJ Lee match with Seth and Becky, that thing was 30 minutes long.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
And, the story, when you wrote down, all the spots they did, and then they did this spot, and then they did this spot, and they countered this spot, and they did a great job building up the hot tag and all this. On paper, it was, a really psychologically good story match, but the execution, it took them 30 minutes to do it. And the same thing with the main event. The main event was a good match, but it was
the main event was a good match.
It was a very storytelling-based match. This guy got a concussion, even though they can't say it, on Friday's show. He's showing the effects. And the thing is, on the first ESPN show, I don't think you should have run a story-heavy show. You might have a lot. I went over to my sister's house. My brother-in-law is watching. He never watches wrestling. He's watching this show. And he's watching the AJ match. He's bored out of his mind. He's like, oh, my God, this match is never-ending. And it's that's not, I don't think, the show that you should have given the first time on ESPN. Should have been more just boom, 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 some more exciting matches, Don't tell stories that have been told on TV for 6 weeks. You might have new people. I just kind of felt like it was way more storytelling oriented than usual, and I don't like that for a first show.
I love storytelling. I just thought that the matches were average, and I mean, I will admit to being skewed because you follow such a great show, and it's a 6-hour show, so that's another thing, and I'm sure WWE did well. I'm sure that we'll get some numbers because WWE's hot and everything like that. I'm sure more people watched in some form, even though I didn't hear from people who were confused. I heard some people who were.
Oh, they were on Twitter. There were plenty of them on Twitter.
I heard people contacting me that were unhappy because I think that Verizon Fios or whatever, I think those people thought they were getting it for free, and there was something there, and they would call up customer service, and the customer service goes, "Oh, you're you want to watch WWE," and so there were a lot of, and then other people.
Well, there was also Spectrum, where everyone was posting on Spectrum, or on Twitter for Spectrum, and Spectrum's solution was, "Please call us if you have a problem."
Oh yeah, that was.
So you can imagine.
Yeah.
That's probably a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
Have you grabbed your F4WOnline.com shirt yet? Well, we got a bunch of them. They're up in the store right now. F4WOnline.com/shirts. You can grab your -5 stars shirt, your Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer shirts, even the brand new After Dark Radio shirt. You love Granny? We have Granny's Gang shirts. Have you ever won a shoot battle royal? Probably not, but you can tell people you did. So check out the store, all of these great shirts and more. It's through Pro Wrestling Tees, F4WOnline.com/shirts. That's F4WOnline.com/shirts.